Leangari for KTN.
Well, thanks, Leangari. That report definitely shows you the intricacies of the politics, especially in Western Kenya region. And we're about to have a timely conversation with a man who stands tall in Western Kenya politics. I'm talking about the second-time governor of Bungoma County, Kenneth Lusaka, who's previously served as the Speaker of the Senate, among other positions. And most recently, the president appointed him the Western Region Campaign Coordinator. What does that mean? When the man himself is here, Governor, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
It's great to have you with us in studio. Mulembe.
Mulembe swaswa.
Hey, okay. How are the people of Bungoma doing?
Bungoma is good.
Yes.
We are happy. People are preparing their farms just as we get into the planting season.
Okay.
So we are all set to make sure that our people are food secure.
That's proper.
And we're expecting also very good rains and all that.
Okay, and we'll get to talk more about matters to do with governance and your leadership, this being your second term as governor of the great Bungoma County. But I have to start with matters national politics. What does this Western Region Campaign Coordinator mean? What will you be doing?
What I will be doing is just to try and mobilize Western Kenya for the re-election of President William Samoei Ruto. And we have reasons why we think he should be given a second chance. And therefore, my duty is to coordinate. We're starting to coordinate, reach out to other leaders, so that we're making sure that everybody from Western region, that's what used to be Western province,
yes,
actually is aligned in that particular direction. And we will be explaining why we think that President William Samoei Ruto should be given a second chance. I will be talking about some of the things that we are beginning to see and why we think he will be the best option for us as a region.
And you know what, that's no easy task. It's a Herculean task, as the Englishmen put it. Why, you ask? The unity of Western Kenya has been in contention time and time again. They have the numbers, you have the numbers, but the unity has always been a dividing factor. How will you tick that box?
We must change strategy, and that's what we're saying, that previously sometimes we have been voting emotionally, but this time we want to vote strategically. That's why we must change, and that's why we are starting early enough to reach to our people. Anytime we have united as a region, and I want to take us back because I'm a student of political science and history, anytime we have united, we have reaped big. In 2002, when we united behind Michael Wamalwa Kijana and Mwai Kibaki, we got a vice president. That time he was referred to as a vice president. This time in 2022, when again we came together, despite the fact that others were in ODM, but now we are broad-based, because we could be in different rooms, but we are in the same house.
Okay.
Again, we were able to reap. We were able to get the Speaker of the National Assembly. We were able to get the Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, and we are beginning to see some of the developments that are coming up. So what we are saying, what we'll be telling our people, is that when we unite, when we speak with one voice, we are able to have a better bargaining power, and we are likely to achieve more than when we are split and divided, everybody going their own way.
So this unity doesn't simply translate to positions in government. Real value will be felt in the ground.
Yes, and I will be demonstrating that.
Okay.
And that is what I will be telling our people once, and you've seen we've already started reaching out because of a smaller team that we have started with.
Yeah.
And that's why I will be demonstrating that this is what follows when we are in the house, negotiating from inside and not begging from outside. Once we are in the house, because that's where policies are decided, that's where budgets are made, and that's because sometimes we talk about things that are not in the budget. But once they're in the budget and you are on the table, then you are able to decide what comes there. We look at infrastructure,
okay,
we look at some of the developments that I will be talking about, and that is the message that we'll be going with to our people, that the choice is ours. Do we want to go divided, or we want to go united, so that we are able to translate not just positions that we have, but development projects that we are beginning to witness as a region.
So when you speak about unity, does it mean the Tawe movement might be joining?
We are going to, we are going to tell, when you preach, you target the sinners. You don't just preach to the choir.
Of course.
You target those who you want to also to come. We'll also be telling them that, okay, now with this Tawe movement, are people going to eat slogans? or is it going to translate into real development? And to translate into real development, what do you need to do? Where do you need to be? Because if you are saying, we don't want poverty, we don't want jiggers, we don't want this, what is the alternative that you are giving to our people? So long as the direction you want to take to our people is going to lead to development, we will listen to you.
Okay.
But we also want you to come, tell us what you want, we'll tell you also what we have, and let the people decide, because we'll tell them out there, this is what we have. What do these other people have to offer to you? And the people will decide. And I'm sure that we will be right at the end of the day.
All right. Well, there's so much to talk about. That's just a tip of the iceberg, as they say. The good governor will be staying with us in KTN right here. He's in the building, and the conversation will be continuing later on. Remember, it's not just about Western politics, national politics. A lot is happening on the national stage. Ford Kenya says they might be looking at reviewing their ties with the ruling party, UDA. What will that mean, even as ODM is warming up to the ruling Kenya Kwanza administration? So much to talk about with the governor. Stay with KTN Prime. That conversation coming later on. But first, we take that break, and stories on the latest news making headlines will be coming next.